Greetings, my fellow creators and creations of the Almighty Most High. I am Karma. Welcome and congratulations for having the courage to face your karma, good and bad. These timeless messages are for anyone that needs to hear them. And if you tapped on this video, then they are meant for you. Now let me tell you what I have on my table. I have the main character that the divine would like to reveal to us, and I have two supporting roles. How are you? You know, I wonder if you're doing all right, like all the time. So I figure I should start asking, how are you? And although I hope the answer to that is positive, it is okay if it isn't. So the main character today will be from the Soul Mirror Oracle deck, because here we like to give you a platform to see yourself, the self that you know is there, and the self that you've been hiding from. The two supporting roles I'm going to pull from the traditional tarot. The main character is... No way. No way is it communication again. I am at a loss for words right now. I think it is necessary to note that when I pull these cards, I make sure that I have no idea what they're going to be until I flip them over during these recordings. I shuffle my decks thoroughly, and we don't cheat. There's no need to. I cut this deck, this Soul Mirror Oracle deck, after shuffling it at least 5 times, just to be sure. Cut it in half. Knock out the interference first. Cut it in half. Take a card. Flip it over. Because these cards right here are premium cards, and they are thick cardstock. So, and they're large. They're larger than the standard size. So I can't just flip these out. I gotta cut the deck and pull. And lo and behold, communication comes out once again. This is the second consecutive time that communication has came out. And honestly, Karma, I don't even know if we're gonna use this. Because I don't think they're gonna believe us. I just might pull another card here. I don't even know what to say right now. I can't believe this. This deck has how many cards? Wait a minute. Wait a gosh doggone minute. This deck, I mean, at least 42 cards. In any case, I mean, if it was 10 cards, that would be pretty miraculous for the same card to come out. Especially given the way that I shuffle. Are we going to go with this? Are we going to continue to use communication? This is the first time I've ever been torn in this way. This is profound. Communication is a big time energy that the divine would like to reveal to the collective. Clearly, communication is at an all-time high and low within the collective at this time. I think I'm going to go with it, folks. If you believe us, you believe us. If you don't, you don't. Quite frankly, my dear, I don't give a... No, I'm just kidding. The last thing that I was expecting to come out is the same card that I pulled from this deck the last time. It's what wants to be revealed. This is what wants to come out, communication. And you know what? I can't say I don't get it. It's very important within the collective. It's very important within your relationships. It's very important with all of your life endeavors. in every single way. I'm actually happy to see this card as well because in the very last reading, I pointed out what I visually saw depicted in this card, but what I did not mention was the fact that the flowers on the woman's body, if you look close enough, you can see that they are in the shape of the female reproductive system, the female reproductive organs. And I find that beautiful. All right, I'm back. Had to step away for a minute. Communication. Now that I have decided that I'm going to continue with this main character, I was speechless when I saw this card. Nothing is coincidental when it comes to reading the energy. And this is just a small example of how clever the divine works. Now, there's things that are going to happen around you that is going to render you speechless. I think that it is safe to say that there's things that are happening all over the world at this time that is rendering everyone speechless. Things that just have you in shock. Things that are going to have you feeling at a loss for words, okay? Like, I can't even believe that this is happening right now. Your communication is going to be stifled. Not because you don't know how to communicate, but because what is being laid before you is so unbelievable that you can't find the words to describe how this is happening and how you got here. How this is happening and how it's going to turn out. We're going to move on to the first supporting role. The Knight of Swords. Forward movement, fast movement, fast pace, fast thinking. Yeah, like your thoughts are racing. If your thoughts are racing, it kind of leaves the rest of your body the opposite effect. Like if your mind is racing, your body is stuck. You can't move. You can't speak. It's too much going on in the brain, right? You just have so many things going on. Whatever this event is, or was, or is going to be, it's going to render you speechless. Not because you can't communicate, but because you have so much going on. There's so many thoughts happening that you don't know which one to land on. This forward movement, this fast paced movement can also be physical, literal. You're going somewhere and you're going there quickly. You're going somewhere that you're at least sure about on the way there. You might not even know exactly what you're rushing to, but you know you want to get there quickly. In terms of communication, there could be something that you are in a rush to say to someone. Someone could be coming in to confront you. Someone that's in a rush to get to you. Someone that's in a rush to get their thoughts out to you, to express themselves to you. You could be in a rush to know your truth. You can be feeling impatient right now. Like you want certain answers. You want to get to the punch. What is it? What's the answer? What's the destination? Second supporting role. Page of Pentacles. The spirit of the youngster. The dreamer. He wants the finer things. He has expensive taste, but he doesn't have the expenses. but he knows that he will have that someday. It's important to cherish what you have to get more of it. It's important to be patient. Be patient with your now. Be methodical about the way you feel about your life in the present. There's nature around him. His feet are in abundant grass. This could be your message that you need to go out and touch some grass, whether there's snow on the ground where you live or not. Touching grass means to just go outside, get some air, step away from the electronics, step away from the man-made materials. Interact with something organic, interact with something that is alive. Spend some time with your cat, your dog, play with your animals. Interesting. In terms of communication, there's something that you admire about someone that is in your life, or you admiring this person from afar. You find this person valuable, or you find what you have to say valuable. There's something that you want to communicate that's valuable to you, or someone's going to communicate something to you that is valuable. Valuable information is what I just heard. You got some valuable information coming in quite quickly. Some valuable information that if you're not paying attention, you might miss out on, because it's coming in hot and it needs your attention. Divine wants you to be looking out for the signs for this information that you will find of value. We're going to move on to some additional messages, starting with the communication card. All right. Before we get into the additional messages, I'm going to read the passage for this card out of the guidebook. Embrace the beauty of clear communication. Let your inner being shine through in all that you do. Communicate with honesty and clarity, knowing that this reflection of your true self will attract prosperity, health, and enlightenment. Your communication is the outer projection of your inner being. It is where we externally transfer the energy of our thoughts and feelings out into the universe. It is important to reflect on your emotions with complete honesty, because that process will be reflected in the world through our expression and communication. When you deny your true feelings, this denial is expressed and then met outside of you with confusion and misunderstanding. You are essentially suppressing and stalling your wants, needs, and true self by holding back your truth. Withholding a part of yourself can create disharmony in the physical body and dis-ease in the long term. Your body reflects the call of your heart and tries to pass it on to your brain. Listen and honor your communication and be grateful for its guidance. Our bodies are immaculate and perfect vessels tuned delicately to all parts of our being. Together with our bodies, our minds, spirits, and environments constantly work to reflect information to us about our well-being and guide us on our true path. Act on the signals your body and surroundings are communicating to you to foster inner growth, spiritual abundance, and well-being. Do not let anything interfere or cut into the line of communication with your heart and your brain. Your heart is trying to communicate something to your brain. It is your responsibility to foster a clear line of communication between those two pieces of you. It says, your communication is the outer projection of your inner being. It's where we externally transfer the energy of our thoughts and feelings into the universe. So the way that you express yourself, the way that you communicate to others, the way that you interact to others is a direct reflection of what is currently happening within you. It is important that you honor your truth, to keep all of your chakras clean and clear. Now, as I mentioned before with the picture, the flowers are also in the shape of the woman reproductive organs. Now, this can be connected to nurturing aspects. It's important that you nurture your truth. Communicating your truth can amount to your own rebirth, or even the deliverance and rebirth of others. Every single voice on this earth is extraordinarily powerful in so many different ways. On opposite ends of the spectrum, we can make or break each other with the power of voice, with the power of communication, with the power of truth, and with the power of lies, is what I heard. Stifled communication could also mean communicating in an unhealthy way. Doesn't just mean not speaking, it can mean speaking unhealthy words, speaking unhealthy thoughts. If you are confused within yourself, whatever you speak can influence another in the same way. It's important to be sure about who you are and what you want to say. Make sure it's accurate to the message that you are trying to get through. Now we're going to move on to the additional messages. This is amazing. What are some additional... Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. No, I'm just kidding. What are some additional messages for this communication card? What does the collective need to know about stifled communication or communicative energy? What do they need to know in order to expand and to grow? Whoa. So we're gonna take that one. Uh-oh. That's crazy. So we got 3, which is rare, but I will take them. The first additional message underneath the communication card is toxic person. There can be a toxic person in your midst, a person that wants to stifle your communication, or a person that is using communication as a weapon against you. You could also be that toxic person. We don't sugarcoat around here. The second additional message is new opportunities. Having healthy communication and expressing your truth in a healthy way could lead to new opportunities for you. Now, this is pretty much like, this is feeling like a really familiar energy. This is feeling like a reiterance of the very last session where the communication was also the main character. The divine really wants us to see how important communication really is, not only when it comes to speaking our truth, but when it comes to speaking untruths, and how much that can impact yourself and the people around you. Silence is what I just heard as well. Spirit also wants us to understand how powerful our silence can be. How powerful it can be to decide not to say anything. This all has to be connected to a healthy discernment in order for it to benefit you, though. The power of the tongue. I don't even want to say what I just heard, what I just got. Like, the power of the tongue is like a gun, is what I just heard. It can be a weapon. It can, the way that you use communication, the way that you decide to use communication, like I said before, it can make or break a person. That is the power that words have. There's a lot of people that have huge platforms that don't even understand the depths of that fact, and it's a very unfortunate thing. The third, um, or maybe, you know what? Maybe they do understand. Mm, mm, mm. You never know anymore. The third additional message is allow. Allow your heart to connect with your mind. This will give you an overflow of abundance, an overflow of ways to express yourself, an overflow of words to express yourself. If you feel like your communication is stifled, relax and don't think about what you have to say. Think about how you feel. Think about how you feel right now versus how you want to feel. Think about the feelings that you want to express. What is your truth, and how does your truth make you feel? Asking yourself these questions is you communicating with your heart first. That's how you find how to express yourself and express your truth. Listen into your heart space and what it has to say to you. Allowing the Most High and your spirit guides to lead the way for you, to guide you to your truth. You have to give permission and allow this process to happen. It's not going to happen without you acknowledging the fact that you are in charge. Additional messages for the Knight of Swords. Wow. Wow. So we have two. The first additional message is self-help. Whatever it is you're in a rush to go to, obviously it's something to help you. It's something that you feel is going to benefit you in some way. But when you are in a rush, you're not connected. When you're rushing, that causes your heart rate to speed up, your thoughts speed up, things start kicking into overdrive, and that's how you lose control over the mechanisms of your mind, your body, and your spirit. Which leads me to the second additional message for the Knight of Swords that reads, how are you feeling? Physically, emotionally, and spiritually. The Spirit is giving us a reminder to stay connected with all of the parts of our being. Physically, how are you feeling? What signals is your body giving you? And what do these signals indicate? Are you feeling any pain? Are you feeling any tension? Are you feeling any discomfort on the surface of your body or internally? Emotionally, are you feeling any pain? Are you feeling any discomfort? How connected are you to your emotional well being, your emotional state of mind? Do you have a healthy balance? Spiritually, when's the last time you've truly given yourself time and space and energy to connect with your divine counterparts, connect with the Most High, acknowledge the power and the everlasting presence of the Most High that is always with you, facilitating your growth, facilitating your expansion, communicating things to you that are going to ignite these things for you. Page of Pentacles. What do we got for that? Additional messages for Page of Pentacles. A lot of additional messages are coming out, which is definitely fitting because the communication card came out. Spirit has a lot to say to the collective. The additional message that came out for the Page of Swords is petty frustrations. That aligns pretty well. The Page of Pentacles is an energy that is young, immature in nature. It's an energy that hasn't had enough time, hasn't had enough lifetime to truly get a grip of his emotional body, his physical body. He has an idea of what he wants, but he hasn't had enough time to truly do the work to see the connection between what he wants and his other aspects of self, his emotions, his spirituality, his physical body, right? When you're young, you don't care, right? You don't care about eating healthy. You don't care about intentionally exercising for a like your well-being in a longer life. You're not thinking about your connection to the Most High when you're young and immature in your energy. I went in a bit of a circle there, so we're coming back around to petty frustrations. Petty frustrations accumulate within a person that is not fully connected to their emotional body. They feel without giving their feelings the acknowledgement to clear them out as you go. Understanding what you're feeling, why you're feeling that way. Keeping that emotional slate clean to prevent boiling over, to prevent overflow. Could be a person that is short-tempered. Or you could just be a person that has been going through a lot lately and you feel like you are approaching your threshold of what you can emotionally tolerate. If you are feeling this way, it's important to dissect your current dissect. See, that's the thing about petty frustrations. Once they build up, it's much more difficult to break that back down than it is if you managed these emotions along the way. And that comes with time, that comes with experience, that comes with practice. And the pages, they just don't have those hours. You feel me? They don't have those hours of practice. But there's never a time that's too late to start. And let's be clear, and put it out there that the energy of the page can be of any age of a person. Like any, you can be 50, 60, 70 years old and still be quite young in your emotional maturity, your spiritual maturity. Okay? If you've lived your life and you know you haven't been doing the work, you know who you are. And if you don't, the Most High will come and make sure you find out. But it's always better to make the decision to do better before the Most High does for you. Wonderful. This energy feels pretty like, it's like boom, that's it. That's all that needs to be said type of, I'm feeling. Like, no need to drag this on. Once you say what you have to say, leave it at that. Don't over explain yourself. Don't sugarcoat things. Say what you need to say and leave the rest. Say what you need to say and sashay away. All right. We are going to now get into some healing energy oracle messages to bring this beautiful reading together that we co-created with the divine. They don't say communication is key for nothing. We as human beings, it's very important that we communicate properly. Communication is literally the key to our evolution. Yep. All right. So the first healing energy oracle message is called affirmation, and it reads as follows. I listen to myself and acknowledge my needs. I assert myself and retain my power. I am brave and gentle. I don't have to be afraid of others. I respect myself and am respected by others. Affirmation. So the divine wants me to, okay. So the divine wants you to know that communicating with others is not the only thing. It's also about communicating with yourself. What are you telling yourself in your thoughts? What are you telling yourself when you look in the mirror? When you look in the mirror in your mind's eye, or look in the literal mirror, what does your self-talk sound like? Just as powerful as your communication is to another, it is to yourself, if not more. The way that you communicate with self, that is how you develop your inner world. It's how you develop your identity, the relationship that you have with self. Everything reflects off of everything. So when you talk to yourself, when you interact with yourself, whether it's in your head or out loud, make sure it's something that you can be proud of. Make sure it's something that if someone was listening in, you wouldn't mind them hearing you say. Because the Most High is. The Most High is always watching. The second healing energy oracle message is called Wisdom, and it reads as follows. The Most High has a plan for me. I live here now, knowing beauty is to come. I don't force things to happen faster than the universe has decided for me. I learn from my experiences, take small steps in faith, and succeed thanks to all my efforts. Wow, I'm going to put this right over here with the Knight of Swords, because patience is a virtue. Don't force things. Don't push for things to happen any faster than the universe and the Most High orients them to be for you. Allow things to happen at the pace that is meant for your highest good. And don't try to alter this process by pushing and pulling. I know being patient is easier said than done, but the best way to find your natural rhythm and go back to your natural pace is just to focus on the here and now. Focus on the fact that you are okay now. You are blessed now. I'd like to share an affirmation with you, and it is as follows. The fruits of my labor are already here, and the bigger fruits are right around the corner. Come up with an affirmation that is resistance free, something that you believe, something that's not so grandiose that it doesn't make sense to you, that it doesn't seem possible, but something that allows you to move forward and move closer to the things that you want. That's an affirmation that we personally use, and I hope that it helps who it's meant to. Activations to bring this reading home and lay it to rest within the beloved collective. The first activation is transition, number 43, that reduces to a 7, and it reads as follows. The frequency of transition supports our deep understanding of the ever-changing nature of existence in our lives, so that we can learn to let go, surrender to the process, and allow transition to occur with ease and grace. The second activation is called sacral chakra, number 2, and it reads as follows. The frequency of the sacral chakra, the orange flower of life, supports our ability to flow with our desires and stimulates our creative power to manifest success and abundance in our lives. This Page of Swords, his intentions are pure. He has good intentions. He just wants good things, nice things. But he doesn't quite understand the course of action and care that is required in order to achieve these things. But with patience, time, practice, practical effort, the abundance is inevitable. It's already in your hands. You have the things that you want. You just have to allow yourself to catch up to those things. Thank you all for coming through to check out what's on Karmastable. If you want to like and subscribe, go ahead, please, but no pressure. Know that you are the main character in your life. Everyone else is just supporting roles. And if they don't support you, then they should not be in your movie. Remember that you are loved, and we are the highly favored.